Well, not that you can see it, but there is smoke coming out that there chimney. That's a good thing. That means that my wood's fairly seasoned, but the inside is a bit warmer than the outside. And it is a beautiful day. I'm getting ready to do this project right here. Not the dog, the deck. I'm going to be setting that, connecting those two platforms together, and erecting an awning over that back door and that back window right there. So that's my goal for today. Couldn't have a more beautiful day to do it, although it is a bit chilly. I think it's still like 20 degrees out here, maybe a little bit warmer than that. So I've got a little bit of work ahead of me. I've pre-staged some stuff. I had gotten these bricks a while back in anticipation of this project. I did some snow scooping, got that stuff out of the way, and I got some other stuff around front. The main beams I have in the back, and then these are actually the rafters. I pre-cut those with the angles, pre-measured them and everything, so realistically I should be able to just, once I get the posts up on those pier blocks, I should be able to connect the top beam to the posts and then fairly quickly put these up and then start adding some roofing panels. So actually purlins and then roofing panels. But anyways, so that's my goal for today. I'm hoping to have the project completely done in this day, and that is, you know, I'm getting not an early start, but not really a late start either. I think it's probably about 10 o'clock. So we'll see how far I get. Four inches. And the other side. All right. Got to get that thing wedged up and underneath the door frame. Time to make some risers. So that's kind of what's remaining of our bone pile of that shop demolish. We got a little bit down in the meadow, but happened to find myself a little chunk of 4x4 that's going to do just right for the little risers underneath that platform. But I'm going to go cut that now. You can hear the generator in the background. That's a disadvantage. It's pretty noisy when I need to do stuff. So sooner or later we'll either have grid power or solar power. Look forward to that. Doesn't get much more snug than that. Actually, I'll have to admit, I had to go back and recut one of them because it was just a hair too long. And I didn't want the deck sticking up above the threshold of the house over there. So anyways, recut that one, reinstalled it. It's actually the deck, the beam is underneath the deck now. You can see that, and it is exactly the length of the metal platform. previous statement about probably needing to come back and put gravel in there is only worsened by the fact that I'm using sand, because that's what I have on hand, in order to level this thing out a little bit. But there's one. Now to do the other. All right, so that last video, ironically, the phone died, and it died right before the conclusion of it. So it actually may be trimmed off before where it died off. But you can see that the weather's been changing from that beautiful morning that we started with. The snow started falling, clouds came in, the wind started blowing. We kept moving and got some more of the back awning up. So we finished putting that part up, the outside post and beam. We moved those temporary braces up top where they belonged and put the platform in place. So I've got a 12-foot 2x6 spanning all the way across. The platform sits on, as well as the original beam that you saw in the front. And the stairs are going to come down right there. So we'll have a roof over the whole thing. I've got all those pre-cut trusses that I've cleaned up everything back here, and I'm moving it all underneath cover so I can do some things under there. It's not so much the snow that's getting me, but the wind, because the wind blows north-south generally here, and that's coming from directly over the roof. And I just keep getting these flurries and these snow drifts that keep flying off the roof and coming at me, and I just... yeah, it's just swirling all over the place, and I can't see a doggone thing. I don't want to be out here. So this isn't that important that it has to be done today. So I will put the truss brackets on so they're ready to go. And then tomorrow, hopefully the weather will be a little bit better to be able to finish off the back awning. So. Well, and there we have it, a awning. Got all the paneling up. This end down here has actually got little holes because it didn't really line up with the purlins, but yeah, so it is what it is. It's a lot better than what it was. And then we got the deck leveled out, put onto that cross brace all the way over that way. We'll put some stairs off of that end, but that is definitely not a project for today. I have to admit, I wasn't paying attention. I was brushing the snow off of that earlier and backed right off the edge of that thing. So that whole, watch out for that last step, because it was a doozy. Down I went. Tara didn't even come running when I hollered, but that's the life. So anyways, you got to see how that went up, minus a couple little spots where the battery went dead on the video, but the front awning was actually pretty similar to that. And actually that cross brace needs to come down. I'm going to be putting up something a little bit more finished looking, going off in that direction over there. Anyways, it'll have 245s going off in each direction just to give me a little bit of lateral support. We might end up putting a little bit of OSB or siding or something like that on this end, so that because we intend on putting the grill out back. That's part of the reason I made the awning as high as it was, so we'll have room for the grill, and then maybe put some of that OSB or siding paneling back in this corner so that it'll buffer it from the wind a little bit. But that is a project for the other day. For anybody who's wondering, the chimney pipe has to have 2 inches of clearance by code. The double-walled exterior chimney pipe has to have 2 inches of clearance to any combustible material. So you can actually see that it's more than 2 inches on that side. And I made sure that when I was setting up the awning that I had 2 inches of clearance minimum. It's actually closer to 4 from the pipe over to the rafter. So anyways, took all that stuff into consideration, and I'm happy that it's done for the moment. That's going to go a long ways towards keeping stuff from coming in that back door. And with that being said, homestead around.